So what's so great about real estate? I'm going to assume that you want to make more than $100,000 a year and you want to be one of the most trusted professionals in your market area. Hey everybody, this is Kelly Johnston, the creator of the 4X Formula Real Estate Mastery System. We're revolutionizing how real estate is performed in North America, and we're tracking two main problems in our industry: real estate poverty and realtor reputation. Now here's the stats. The average agent makes between $40,000 and $45,000 per year in gross commissions. Realtor reputation, we're still in the top 10 list of least trusted professionals right now. So if you're watching right now, I'm going to assume that you want to make more than $100,000 a year and you want to be one of the most trusted professionals in your market area. Let's just flip these stats. Let's do it together. Can I make that assumption? Money and income is important, but to create consistency is the key to make that happen for longevity. And as long as you're a salesperson, I'm sorry, you're never going to feel that freedom. If you're listening to YouTube videos right now teaching you how to be a better salesperson, it's my opinion that there's a mind shift that needs to happen, and I want to help you with that. Go to my podcast, which is on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, and just listen to the episodes on our website as well, 4xformula.com. But look for 4X Formula Real Estate Training. And if you go to the website, you can click on free training, do some free training there. We've also got free scripts for you to download on the website, okay? So 4xformula.com. And if you enjoy the content today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get alerted when we have new episodes dropping. We're gonna start doing consistent episodes. I'm just getting into that. We've made the course now, so now we're moving that forward. So now I can spend more time on content like this that's helpful for people, okay? So I'm really happy about that, and I'm really excited to do this for you. Now, we're gonna be doing specialized episodes as well to give you value, and also you'll see some interviews with people that I believe will give you value as well. So what's so great about real estate? What is so great about the real estate business? I'm going to talk to you about 5 that I believe make this a great business. And I'm going to go deep on them because they're important 5 things that differentiate the real estate business from any other type of business. We are in such a unique business. Before I get into this, do you think of your real estate career as a business? Like the word career, right? What does that do? It denotes a job mentality, right? Doesn't it? It does to me. Are you in a career? Did a real estate company hire you? Do you use that language? Are you an employee of that company? Think about this really seriously. This is crucial stuff. Do you use the words hire and fire, and do you use the word customer? This mindset has to change. This mindset of understanding the difference can actually change your perception and ultimately affect your success in the real estate business. You need to think like an entrepreneur, a realtorpreneur. And we dive deep into this in our real estate course, in the mindset mastery portion of our course for sure. We get right into that, and then we expand on that as we go. So with that in mind, just think of it this way. You are in a business for yourself. So I'm going to start with the first reason as to why this business is so fantastic. Minimal business complications. Owning and running a business, it's complicated. Most entrepreneurs are faced with the fact that they're selling something, right? A service, a widget, a physical product. Tons of logistics are involved with that, right? What about collecting and protecting the money, right? There's a lot of businesses that give terms on payment. So you got to wait for money. You have to get the product to the customer or the consumer somehow, right? So after sales service, what about warranties? Sometimes there has to be a place that the customer has to come to get the product or deal with that, right? So now there's lease costs and building costs for the space that the business is located at. You got to stock product. Maybe there's warehousing involved. There's trucking. You got to get those products somewhere. So there's costs in that. The ever-changing markets and trends of products, right? Importing and exporting, those complications. Then maybe you end up with way too much stock that's just sitting there not selling. Then the demand for that product changes or actually depletes, and you're stuck with this product. And you're paying lease money for space to stock that non-selling product. Yikes. What about hiring people? Now you're subject to the Employment Standards Act and remitting money to the government, and hiring and firing is not fun. Training is costly. Expansion and scaling the businesses, all that kind of stuff. Marketing expenses, working with investors, government relations sometimes impacting your importing or exporting or licensing or any of those things, right? What about obtaining parts for things? What about dealing with theft and robberies? Like all that stuff's going on with all these regular type of businesses. And these are all entrepreneurs just duking it out there. And our countries are built from the ground up from entrepreneurs, right? There's so many challenges that entrepreneurs face. Let's look at what the realtorpreneur has to face. He or she just gets up in the morning, looks in the mirror, and says, what are we going to do today? To move the ball down the field, what are we going to do? Where do I create opportunities for my business? You can work from home. You can work from a coffee shop. You can work at your space in a brokerage office, sure. But there's nothing to stock other than the inventory of listings, which actually are a minimal cost in relation to the income for that inventory. And there's no receivables. You get paid out of the proceeds of the transaction, right? No shipping other than the gas in your vehicle. And with online signing programs, you can save a lot of vehicle wear and tear, right? I now drive about 40,000 kilometers less a year than I did in the beginning of my career back in the late 90s. There's no storefront. You are the storefront. You and your cell phone, your satchel and your briefcase, or your tablet and your website, that's your storefront. This is the most cost-effective business out there. And if you build it properly, and if you employ what we teach, it will get easier and more cost effective. And as it gets easier and more cost effective, it gets easier and more cost effective. That's the greatest thing about real estate. And as you grow and scale and add people, you'll actually grow exponentially. And the risk is actually low to do it, because at that point, what you're doing is you're just leveraging time. That's all. Does that make sense? That's exciting. Okay, so number one, that's pretty awesome, right? Number two, creativity expands. Now, you never hear many people talking about this, but I think this is hugely important. A lot of businesses are reliant on traffic coming through the door, right? So they're sitting there twiddling their thumbs, waiting for traffic to come through the door. And they rely on old school ways of attracting business, or their business is focusing on a very specific need. So they have limited ability to be creative. Or have you noticed that in a job, you're there to fulfill what you're being told to do in order to trade your time for money, right? And this is where I really believe that your creativity muscles kind of get flabby. And in real estate, we get to flex those muscles and exercise creativity on a daily basis in so many ways. And as you flex those muscles, you develop those muscles, and suddenly you become more and more creative. Being creative is fun. And that's how we're meant to be. I really believe that. Where do we exercise creativity? When we write copy for our listings, right? When we write copy for marketing our listings, when we market our listings, when we're working with buyers and working on solutions for them, when we're faced with market changes and we need to get creative sometimes in order to stay relevant, when we're navigating through the financing world to help our clients, when we're marketing ourselves to the outer universe and getting our brand out there. There's a lot of creativity involved in that. When we're planning our days, weeks, months, we got to get creative on how we manage our days. We have so many opportunities to flex those creative muscles. And why is this so important? I believe that we were made to be creative. I believe that we were made to think outside the box. I mean, look at nature. Go outside and look at nature for a second. Are there any straight lines? Are there any boxes? This is how creation looks, right? It's beautifully creative. We are all different. No two trees are the same. We go through life where the system out there is always trying to put us in a box, right? And to create some sort of identity. We as humans are always looking for a prescription for a problem or an ailment of some sort, right? We look for the one-size-fits-all solutions. We look for that. And the truth is, it's not there. And that's why, and this is the exciting part right here, that's why computer programs and websites cannot replace real estate professionals. That's why we're needed. We can't be replaced because we are human beings dealing with human beings. We just need to ask the right questions to activate our creative mind. I talk a lot about asking the right questions. Ask questions that cause your brain to go to different places and come up with alternatives, more empowering solutions. Ask questions that get you into an answer instead of why me, how? Instead, change that to how can I, for example. And that gets your subconscious, your creative subconscious mind working on solutions. Your mind is so powerful when activated by the right thought patterns, and it's just a new habit. And which one do you want to be, right? Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be, I talk about this all the time, a chicken in a pen or an eagle flying all over the place? That's why it's so important. Once you activate that creative part of your brain, it's going to take you to places that you never even knew existed anymore. And I like to compare the wings of an eagle to our ability to be creative. If we fail to be creative, we end up like the chicken in the pen, unable to fly out of that caged area because we can't see beyond ourselves. We haven't flex those muscles, right? Business is out there. We just need to get out of our pen to see where the opportunities are and how to develop those opportunities in creative ways to solve other people's problems. Does that make sense? So that's pretty good, right? First two, we're good. Okay, number 3, different genres in real estate to fit different personality types and different business models. And this is where creativity kicks in. There's so many facets of the real estate business to get paid. There's so many different types of people to help. There's so many amazing opportunities to embrace. And there's so many mini niches that someone can build a whole business on in real estate. There's no limits. Any one of you can build a great business with totally different client types. And they may be the type that you kind of gravitate to. Residential homes and neighborhoods, right? No problem there. Working farms and large acreages. Condos, townhomes, duplexes, row homes, attached type product. Land for various residential development. Income producing properties. Leasing and rental management. Fractional interests like timeshare sales. Vacation homes and rentals, hotel sales, industrial land and development, investment homes and rental properties, project marketing for developers, new construction, working for builders and other developers as well, and luxury property, concierge type services. And there's more. There's a lot more. These are just different types of real estate business focuses that any one of you can build a profitable business from. And there are quite a few here that complement other genres as well. So there may be like 5 to 10 that you may dabble in as opportunities present themselves. That's really exciting. Now, have you thought about that? Like, some of these genres will require more education, of course, in order for you to be able to serve people well in those genres, but all of that's available to you. The real estate profession can mean so many different things to many of you. The client type that you begin to attract may help you gravitate to kind of certain areas of real estate. And that's amazing. Tell me a business that offers that. Okay, number 4. This is really important because this can be a positive or negative. I think it's a positive, but it depends on how you approach it. Low barrier to enter into the profession. We have opportunity to earn incredible incomes in this business. And what are we taught in school? Go to school, get a good education, and then get a good job. The world's changing in this mindset somewhat, but that's what is bred into us, right? Colleges and universities are full of students who have been promised a career and an income to eventually support a family and realize, relative success in their lives, right? And not all of us actually had that opportunity. Post-secondary college or university education, it costs a lot of money. Tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars are spent for that result. Billions of dollars are going to these institutions every single year. Yet you can order up the real estate course for under $1,000 in most cases and take that course while still working at your job to get licensed. And then there's kind of like a few little follow-up courses in a lot of jurisdictions, and then you're rocking and rolling in the real estate business. There's no screening process. You just got to pass the course. There are very few offices or brokerages that will refuse to have you join their team. Pay your membership dues to the various, support organizations, and you're on your way for usually, in most cases, under $3,000 to $4,000, and sometimes less than that. Now you're in business. 2 things are going to happen. I see it all the time. Either the low barrier of entry will either help or it will hinder you. You'll either treat it as a low risk, minimal impact, easy to digest route to failure and insignificance, or you will treat it as an enormous gift and you'll do everything you can to maximize that impact of that gift. The fact that you're here right now tells me that you're looking for that, and good for you. You're in the right place, okay? All right. What else makes sense? What's the 5th reason for what makes real estate a great business? And that brings us to number 5. And you know what? This is my favorite because it's so true. So true. No ceiling. No ceiling on your income potential. There is literally no ceiling on your income earning potential. None. There's no basement either. But you're not a chicken in a pen. You're an eagle that wants to soar to new heights, right? We utilize the 4X formula that I discovered after banging my head against the wall for 17 years. And it took losing everything and giving it all away and hitting rock bottom to get to the point of clarity that has caused me to start this revolution. Real estate's not rocket science, but you don't make money on the sidelines. You got to get on the field and you got to make it happen. It requires participation. It requires failing a little bit once in a while. It requires learning from mistakes. It requires setting standards for yourself and putting forth consistent effort. But can I say, so does a job? Right? There's a ceiling on a job. Even during the tough times in my real estate business, I still felt that there was amazing opportunity to harness in this business. I always felt that there was a lot of money to make. And I did make a lot of money. And I do. And once you understand your potential and your brain has been stretched, there's no stopping you. Did I experience doubts once in a while? Did I experience fear? Did I worry about paying the bills sometimes? Yeah. But my brain had been stretched. And once that happens, you can't go backwards. There's no turning back. I want that for you. I want this for every single real estate professional in US and Canada. I believe that every single real estate professional that wants to should earn a minimum of $100,000 in gross commissions. That should be the minimum. And then once that's set up and the business is in place for that, you can double it, you can triple it, you can quadruple it. That can happen. But the minimum is $100,000. Are you interested in learning more? Go to forexformula.com. The link is below. Click on the free training. Just do it. It's free. And just take it from there. All right? We'll see you on the inside. Hey, thanks for listening. I hope you found some value that you can apply right away into your business. Can I assume that you want to be better than average? You want to be a successful realtorpreneur? Can I assume that being in the bottom 80% of agents fighting for 20% of the scraps is not good enough for you? What are your beliefs about successful real estate agents? Is it about spending a bunch of money on branding yourself so that all the people in your area, including the other agents in your area, think that you're really successful? Have you been told the more that you're willing to spend on self-promotion, the more successful that you're going to be? What about time output? Do you believe that you need to be working 12 hours a day to make a lot of money in real estate? Do you think that it takes a certain ability or personality type to make a lot of money in real estate? What about lots of listings? Do you believe that you need to have a lot of listings to make a lot of money? What about getting leads? Do you believe that you have to pay money for leads or door knock or cold call really well or be a phone master in order to get leads and in turn make a lot of money in real estate? What about social media? Do you believe that people who make a lot of money in real estate are great at social media and that's it? Listen, I'm here to tell you, no. These are all false beliefs. The first truth that you need to understand is that any person from any background can make a boatload of money in real estate. The only thing missing for real estate agents like yourself is a workable system infused with knowledge and understanding of every step. Would you like to know how to stir up business when you need it? I call it turn it on the tap. And over time, while building the business along the way to create a massive referral network so you never have to spend time and money to get more leads. That's what I call the dream business. And it took me 17 years of banging my head against the wall, applying all of those other strategies that everybody teaches, working 12 to 15 hours a day, spending tons of money on marketing, carrying 30 to 50 listings at a time, and then I figured it out, tested it with other people. And after that, I spent 3 years building a course to help people create their own dream business. I'm living it right now, and I'm not special. I just figured it out, and I broke it down into a workable plan. Do you want to know more? Go to forexformula.com, get the free training now, and just see if we're a good fit. That's forexformula.com. Click on free training. The number 4xformula.com.